Welcome back, everybody. It's Final Tribe versus Team Empire Game 2 in the Reshuffle Madness, brought to you by WePlay and ES Bet. Off we go, as we have a draft all ready for you. We sped things up.
And it's a reverse. The Weaver first pick from the Final Tribe this time.
Rob asked me what I thought the first pick was going to be.
What'd you say?
I said Earthshaker.
Yeah.
Therefore, I'm going to deem Final Tribe are wrong in their choice of the Weaver.
And they will lose, and you will be a biased Team Empire fanboy for this game.
Yes.
Okay. Surely there's an Earthshaker response. Earthshaker Potom. Whoa, something new. Okay.
Silencer.
Newish. We have seen much Silencer. Very good hero versus Weaver at pretty much all stages of the game. Maybe you can BKB, you can still global silence him. Sometimes it forces you to go like a Manta or something, which is never fun. Yeah, a little different. It seems like they're trying to change things up slightly. This feels like outside of the meta to me.
In which case, do we drift away from the Phantom Monster from before?
Oh, sure.
Is that not going to get picked up in this first 1-2 on either side? It's not looking like it.
It kind of felt like a lot of the PLs were always a response.
Yeah.
To something else that it's good against, like Wraith King or whatever else.
Yeah, and I don't think Silencer or Pugna, that's not a terribly good lineup for Phantom Monster to go into just yet.
It's not even still a terrible Weaver game. Like, Weaver's pretty happy with both Silencer and Pugna aggressively. You have to worry about, like, decrep, I guess, as in, like, making things hard to kill. But if Global Silence isn't there, Silencer is always a snack. So Chen should be able to offset some of the pushing potential in early game that Silencer Pugna provide, though. So I'm excited to see a new opening. At least,
Same.
like, something refreshing here.
Chen should certainly be... well, I think it's going to be pretty effective wherever it goes. Mostly because if it's an offlane Pugna, for example, he doesn't really like being run at by creeps. That whole wraparound is a bit of a problem for him. If it's a Chen in the Silencer lane, if it's like Chen going into the offlane area and playing aggressive with his creeps, Silencer can do nothing to prevent the creeps from running at your carry or being run at himself.
Huh. That's a good point, yeah. Yeah, he does match up well against both of those heroes pretty well.
5 seconds.
And there's never really a point where Pugna's like, oh, I'm just going to easily clear your creeps, you know?
Yeah.
Bloodseeker banned out, good hero to combo, or a good hero against Weaver. Broodmother as a lane winner, banned out as well. Okay. Admins made a mistake. There's a game advantage here for Final Tribe in this best of 3.
True.
If they get one more win here, they will move on in their bracket. Let me just verify that I'm not. Oh, it's me. I'm very glad I didn't
They will match up
alt-tab.
against their... No. It's Alliance, Odium.
Rob, could you temporarily make Cap the capture? Is that possible? Yeah. I just want to alt-tab. Your flags are different, I notice. The wind is waving slightly different. So if the winner of this plays Furzy,
that's right, Furzy.
The next round of the semifinals of the winner bracket. So loser would go down and play Navi in an elimination match, which I will not comment about because we've only seen one Navi set, and it's too early to tell for me. I can't. That would be unfair. So Earthshaker ban, you were right, Cap. There it was.
Just
you expect
10 heroes later.
Yeah.
Yeah, I finally see the Earthshaker. I just figured it would continue to be this Weaver, Phantom Lancer, Earthshaker, sort of like this triangle. I almost called it the Devil's Triangle from Politics.
That would have been very appropriate.
But seeing as Earthshaker is just like good lockdown against both of those heroes, right? And then it also happens to fit against the Terrorblade, where results are still out on how good of a counter he really is versus Phantom Lancer. But
Devil's Triangle, it's a drinking game like Quarters, right?
Yeah, exactly like that.
So
innocent drinking game.
I feel like we did see a weakness of Earthshaker last game, though. It was that if your team lacks a tempo-setting, moderately good damage-dealing core, then Earthshaker is kind of not in the best place because
Yeah.
he still needs a Blink Dagger first.
Yeah.
Now,
And maybe that's like that's where I kind of like the change up of the Pugna most of all. Silencer is like sure, okay, but like Pugna puts pressure on you, I think, in the draft when you grab this hero.
yeah, I guess one way that Earthshaker did feel really valuable in the last couple of days was when we would like move the map around and all of a sudden we'd find this Earthshaker just like basically solo farming the off lane after they'd taken the safe lane tower. He would just like go to that lane, the tower pusher, like if, for example, if Empire got it, Pugna takes the fast tier 1 tower, Earthshaker rotates the lane, everybody else leaves it because they're like, all right, peace, this lane's done. Pugna goes push mid or pushes off lane, and then Earthshaker just sits there and gets like a 12-minute Blink Dagger. That's where Earthshaker felt really strong while still being item independent, I guess. I don't necessarily know if that's why he got banned. He's also good against Weaver, extremely so, and pretty good against Chen sometimes too.
Yeah, I think he's a good support 1-to-1 matchup against Chen. Wind Ranger. Didn't expect to see this hero.
She's still good though. I'm a fan. Do you ever try her like support or anything, or do you ever play her that often?
Very rarely. Only when she is pretty good as offlane or support, and I personally don't feel like she's that good on either side of those two.
Okay.
But
she's been nerfed in that way for sure.
Yeah. But I think in this situation, it's probably because of how early it's picked up. Maybe it's a fourth position Wind Ranger. I don't know.
I would say one really good thing about it is that you already know what one of the enemy supports is, and it's Chen, and that guy cannot defend himself well.
Yeah.
So I would say that Wind Ranger is like can easily kill Chen, even without like a javelin. If it's like if you find him in the middle of nowhere, that's a dead ass hero. I guess my limitation, but the one thing I don't like about Wind Ranger is that she does require a little bit of snowball. It's like you have to be a little ahead sometimes, and you have to use it well. Whereas a hero like Dark Willow is just always good. I kind of see the two heroes as similar in terms of how their skills kind of work. It's like disable and evasiveness and nuke potential and some single target snowball. They're actually very similar if you think about their 4 skills. But
have a little bit of OG flavor on both sides. Centaur picked up immediately a Magnus from Team Empire.
Okay. Very good hero against Wind Ranger. I don't know if you ever. I know you don't play. Say you don't play that often. Focus firing Centaur is pain. It is never good. It's like he doesn't even need an effing blade mail. He still murders you. So every little focus fire hit is just gonna be you dying. So
and a lot of burst damage against Wind Ranger, right?
Yeah.
An AoE disable combined with big magic burst.
That's true. Good point.
Same reason I like it against Pugna as well.
The Centaur?
Yeah.
Yeah, it is actually pretty good against Pugna. He'll get magic resistance no matter what. If you're decrep slow, it doesn't matter. That part's pretty good. But, so with the Magnus pick, it's obvious they're going to pick a melee core. There's no way you'd pick Magnus otherwise. It's been a long time since Mag was good enough to justify that otherwise. But the fact they picked it here, I think, is really nice because it could mean it gives them just so much flexibility, right? Like any melee hero plus Empower is so much better than it was before. So they could go PA, they could go something stun heavy, they could just pick a damn PL, and it's still way better, you know. And it's not the most counterable either. They've still got good tower push. They've got flexibility in their lanes. They could be Mag off lane. It could be Mag mid. It could be Pugna off lane. It could be Wind Ranger off lane. Like, their heroes could actually go anywhere. Hell, it could be Silencer as a core. Pugna support. You never... No, they're not going to do that, but... but they could actually lane almost any way right now. It's a good thing about Empire's drafting here.
I like the Vengeful Spirit pickup quite a bit. Works really well with Weaver. I had my talk about that yesterday. But just another little addendum here. With the Magnus, right? You're saying it's going to be a melee hero. Vengeful Spirit is quite good against melee cores because of the swap, being able to get your allies away from that melee hero.
Or get the melee hero out of position
sure.
with a BKB kind of a thing.
Yeah, when they're trying to like push into high ground or something, swap them back to almost tier 4 area.
What if it's going to be like a troll on Empire or something like that? Maybe they want more lockdown against the Weaver, I'm not sure. Yeah, PL just would have been the easy one, like just regular awesome carry with extra bonus. I do like your points about Venge and Weaver, though. It's certainly a good combo here. They're a little bit disable weak, so dealing with the Wind Ranger is going to be kind of hard. Once she gets enough wind run levels, like if she's a core, I think she's going to have a pretty straightforward game. And the Arc Warden is the pick, so I mean they've already got. They're kind of going for this like mid game timing, is what it seems like to me. Their late game is Arc Warden, obviously, and they'll have center ags and stuff. But their heroes are very good laning stage wise, with the exception of like Arc Warden sometimes being slow. And Empire is just going to be like, we're just going to hold the game off, and then we're going to win late game because they know that they will be able to beat Arc Warden late game. And Anti-Mage is actually really good against Arc Warden late game because your cleave is just going to hit people no matter what. It doesn't matter if you're missing the guy you're attacking. Does it? If you miss your target, do you still cleave? Probably not.
To be honest, I have no
But you
idea.
can attack a creep, and it's just going to cleave right through the magnetic field. Like, it doesn't, those don't get evaded.
And it's unlikely, excuse me, it's unlikely he's going to be missing a whole lot anyway, because he's probably going to be blinking into the bubble, right?
Mm-hmm. And they have really shit disable outside of Arc Warden.
I hate this Arc Warden pickup.
Yeah?
I actually don't think it's really that good against Empire's lineup before the Animage.
I see it as like they're going to win the lanes, and they're going to pressure really hard around towers. And like, if you think about Arc Warden as like a siege hero in terms of nuking heroes from far away safely, he's really good for that. Because if Centaur gets a grab, instantly there should be like 2 Spark Wraiths on that guy as well.
Yeah.
Because the range is so long. So in that way, I think he's really solid, while also giving carry potential, while also giving survivability to his team, because he can do things like what's the third magnetic field. Those parts I think are really good, and even like Flux against Wind Ranger or Pugna or whoever can be really good.
I just really don't like it against Pugna because I was pretty sure this was going to be a Wind Ranger support, right, and a core Pugna, and I think that matchup does not work well. Seeing my good posture here, thank you, Rob, for showing the world.
As the day goes on, and by day we mean
we slink down further and further.
1:30 a.m.
By Series 3, you're gonna see this.
Oh yeah, that absolutely happens. I noticed myself walking. I like took the garbage out when I got back yesterday at like 6 p.m. I was walking like 50% my normal pace back to my house. And I noticed I was just like hunched over, walking real slow. Like, wow, I'm genuinely super out of energy.
I like how you have the exact percentage of how much slower you're.
I mean, I want you guys to have a reference. I can't. I like visual aids. I can't just be like, guys, wait a second while let me estimate my walking speed walking.
Oh. Playing some music, Rob, for us? Chilling us out?
Let's see how this works out.
Okay, Pugna versus Arc Warden, right? Arc Warden doesn't have like a whole lot of mobility. He's very dependent on the bubble protecting him.
Yep.
And Pugna don't care about no bubble.
But Pugna can just be killed by an Orchid.
And that is what it's going to be very dependent on, right? Is that Orchid timing for the Arc Warden. I'm not convinced he's going to win. Who's going mid? It is going to be Arc Warden, right?
For sure. And are they lane swapping? Are they going to put an anti-mage mid? That's kind of what it's looking like, actually. Anti-mage kind of gearing up to block mid, unless...
Huh.
I mean, Pugna's got mid items, though.
Maybe he's just body blocking for him. And then Kumin's going to head over TP to top or whatever.
Maybe just to help guarantee that they get 2 bounties or something. Or maybe to, like... Yeah, he's blocking Parshway, and he's walking bottom now, so...
Yeah, it's probably one of those things where they were going to swap lanes with the Magnus and Animage, and then it's better for him to be in the mid position when they don't know what the lanes are.
That way, when they see it, he can start walking in that direction. Okay, that makes sense.
Oh, look at that. Magnus gave Chappie in power as he walked by.
What a nice guy.
That is a very nice guy.
That's only 30 mana level 1. I forgot it's expensive later, not necessarily early. Wind Ranger getting last hits for now while he waits for his mag to show. Already spamming for wards, dude.
Empower on Wind Ranger. That is a very annoying duo. We'll see how well Era is able to deal with it.
It's not bad. 9 damage is pretty huge, actually.
Yeah.
You can really compare it to like a Luna Aura. Like Luna Aura sounds so valuable in my mind. And normally I'd be like, level 1 Empower, not a big deal. But if you have this range advantage and Venge does way less damage, it's huge.
Yeah, that was something that was ran maybe... like 6-9 months ago or something.
What was?
The Wind Ranger Mag duos, the aggro duos.
Yeah, that was when Wind Ranger's level 1 skills just kind of kept getting buffed and buffed and buffed.
Oh, yeah.
I think Power Shot was like 180 damage level 1, now it's 150. Just tiny nerfs. They nerfed Wind Run by like a second or something. Actually, can't remember exactly. I think it was like 12 seconds at all levels cooldown. Now it's 15 at level 1.
So a safe lane Centaur against the Animage with Silencer and Chen as the opposing supports. Oh,
There's a promo code on screen, guys.
Oh, promo code.
I was just kidding. That was a joke. It said promo code, but there
WePlay
was nothing
TV
on it.
/codes.
Unless it was there earlier and I didn't see.
We'll see how this mid matchup goes. Maybe I'll change my mind about Arc Warden versus Pugman. Versus the Puggers.
I mean, last hit wise, Arc Warden is 8-3, and Pugman is 9-3, so it's very close.
No.
What?
It's a tornado attack. It's coming.
That one's very hidden.
Do you ever see that movie Twister?
Of course. We're approximately the same age.
That was a classic.
It was.
With
I seem to remember that one being like a special effects phenomenon at the time. Or phenomenon.
yeah.
Like they did a really good job with CGI and stuff. So like plus like the whole like pop can wing things.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. Chessie just killed Chappie, and we're not even bothered by it apparently here at the Observer Studio.
Maybe just accept it like, well, let's just pretend that one didn't happen.
Maybe if I don't check it, maybe if I don't show the mid lane, they won't know that Pugna's gone.
You know, this is like, it's like one matchup where Pugna just doesn't get that much value from decrep normally. Like almost always he's like, I can decrep blast them, I can decrep myself, I can decrep them to stop them from attacking me. Literally, almost none of that actually matters that much because Arc Warden has so many magic damage, so many nukes, and he can just slow people by a lot.
That's true.
Like, if he's not near a creep wave to dodge the flux or the spark race, he just gets wrecked. So I think that's what it is. Maybe it's just a huge matchup advantage.
Yeah, I'm just amazed that, like, I thought Chappie would be able to play more forward next to his range creep so he doesn't have to deal with Flux and Spark Wraith, but Chessie's pushed him back, and then he just keeps on walking through Spark Wraiths as a result because he kind of has to because he's away from his creep wave at that point.
Looks like, I mean, he's pulling creeps as well. That might be part of it. That if you pull the melee creeps, it already gets easier because then there's like a more limited area that they can play around. Could be part of it. Because if there's like one creep, you can aim your Spark Wraiths a lot better. Maybe I'm overstating this aspect of the matchup, but
Illusion Rune for Era. We'll see what he gets accomplished with that. Doesn't need to stay in this lane with Frost all the time.
yeah, Final Tribe, definitely the matchup advantage here, especially with the first win. 1K advantage at 4 minutes, pretty significant.
Silencer getting a mid ward for this Pugna.
Centauronian last hits 29-5 versus the Anti-Mage. Yeah, Anti-Mage has 15 last hits this game.
Double nukes on a Frost. Fortunately, the 5-minute bounty runes are coming up, and with that, the first shrine usage, so probably
Era's gonna be sad.
do that.
He's trying to sit to get behind Miposhka potentially, and Miposhka just like said, whatever, dude, I'm just going to go run and get your bounty. His Wind Ranger snagged the other one, so good bounties for them. Did they get 4?
They got 3.
3, okay. Hanskin got the other.
Yeah. Bottom lane, nice and snare. That leads into the kill.
You know, we haven't talked enough about the fact that Centaur is like Jonas Umfan's hero.
Yes.
Like this was like his hero. They were picking this hero when nobody else played Centaur. I'm thinking of like some GSCs basically. And they were even doing tri-lane still. That was like right when everybody was like, all right guys, seriously, nobody should dual lane. And they would still pick him Centaur and do some off lanes, some solos sometimes. So he's been leveling up hyperbolic time chamber style. And now that he's a better hero, maybe bigger performances. Yes, the answer is yes.
Apparently, Kuman dies 2 times in a row. This is quite a terrible lane for him. I wonder if they're gonna switch things up now.
The last one was the previous one was a different hero. It was Silencer that died right before that. if you didn't notice.
What?
Yeah, it was Silencer and then it was anti-mage.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Wow.
It was hard to tell. There's a lot of trees, and you probably that fall map.
Crazy.
And now he's changing lanes, going top here.
Wow.
Man, minus armor is physical. Is the way to kill anti-mage.
This lane is no better for him.
Yeah.
He does not have a home.
He actually doesn't. There's actually neither core is going to be fun for him. I know he got bullied really good right at the start of the game too, by the Chen and the hoof stomp and stuff.
Slowing down Chessie, unfortunately. He is able to run out of range, turns around, kills Maiden, but will still die to Chappie.
Okay. So that's basically the one way Chappie finally gets back in the lane is life drain. He can't actually beat that out.
Yeah. It was a lot of gold. He got 480 gold for that kill because of how far ahead Chessie was. Now Pugna has more CS and that hero kill gold.
Okay. I mean, he did kill the enemy support first, at least. I mean,
Yeah.
net worth-wise, Pugna's actually way ahead. The hell?
Again, I think it's one of those things where he kills the support first, right? In which case, it just increases the amount of gold you get from getting that kill. As
So there's
Pugna.
more of a swing, I guess.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess it guarantees more experience for Arc Warden than he would have getting. I mean, you still get the kill rate, but
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, he's only got literally 3 more last hits than him, but the net worth advantage is huge. Very surprising, I guess.
Maiden turning around, fighting Era.
Setting up a game.
Mid lane, I do see a Chen rotating around behind Chappie. They've already made the initiation onto Chessie, though Chessie with a Stampede will be able to outrun that now. The Chen creeps are on top of the Pugna, as well as the extra Spark Wraith on Seiyu.
He's got a stick.
He's got a stick. He will survive for now. Chessie misses out on another Spark Wraith. Oh, that long-range Spark Wraith, he's going to TP out. Good call from Seiyu. But Jonas and Fawn, they used that Stampede. It saved Chessie's life, but it looks like he also killed Maposhka with it.
Okay. That's Jonas fun. That's not even an easy kill. Like, Magnus is actually quite tanky. Not sure how he picked this one up. Ring of Health, already got the hood as well. Max double edge. He's just going to double edge the crap out of his opponents.
Yeah.
Now he just needs to do one more double edge. He's got to kill. Oh my god, he's going to... It's over.
Pull back. Oh, it's not quite enough. And now the turnaround. Maposhka is actually going to be the one to pick up the kill. Great read by him. He still had all those magic stick charges, too, to play off of.
Yeah. He was very prepared there. I really thought he was dead. But bottle usage between the... He like attacked right before the last double edge. It's bottling in between that, and plus the range drop was more than enough.
Yeah, the range drop is mega value in a one-on-one double edge matchup, huh?
Yeah.
Centaur does more damage to himself than he does to you.
Maybe. It's probably close.
Yeah.
I feel like between raindrop and having a hood. But
That's true.
it's very comparable. It's slightly better for the raindrop, because the hood would be like 300 damage dealt to yourself, more or less.
Hanskin using his Chen to beat down some towers, and Empire will not contest that.
Okay, so they open up the map a lot earlier. It's the advantage of having Centaur stomp his lane. Now that they can focus all their hero resources in one lane, that's now opened up, and that means that they can give that to anybody they want. It'd probably be Weaver hanging out there, and then now we'll just see the Venge and the Venge and the Chen rotate freely between the safe lane and the off lane and look for kills.
Not able to get a range for the magic missile. Seiyu a bit too fast with his win run. So that's Stampede down, which means that in mid, Chessie almost dies from the life drain. But again, not quite enough damage.
Okay.
That's like the third time now.
Frost surprisingly only a level 6 here. He's got to be careful. He just unlocks.
High net worth on him, but yeah, you're right. He just, I guess, shared the entirety of the lane with the Vengeful Spirit. Kumin turning around with Chappie coming in from the side. They're going to go for the kill onto Hanskin. That should be easy with Life Drain. And Kumin committing the blink, though, which means he is going to be caught by the ensnare.
Oh,
nice
great.
Decrepify, though, from Chappie. That'll buy Kumin enough time for his blink to come off cooldown. Meanwhile, Era actually kills Maposhka in the bottom lane. Killing the Chen creeps. Chappie gets the extra bit of gold.
Okay, nice play there to keep the anti-mage more alive. And that's really all they need to do. Catapult towards a fast battle fury, and then everything's gonna be better.
I thought they are going to show us bottom. Yeah, swap Stampede or swap Stomp. It's a good combo.
So, item-wise, it looks like Jesse's going to go Necro 3, skipping the Midas this game.
Oh, yeah.
I've heard about skipping Midas more lately, but Necro 3's not been a build in a while.
Yeah, I think we saw... I might be wrong on this, but I think a couple of the games that OG won in the group stage...
I think, yeah, they did play
was because
Necro
of the Necro
point.
Books strat, yeah.
But I seem to remember that game was real messy, so I don't know if it was necessarily like a fully organized good decision.
I think they did it a couple times, though. I think the other times it looked a lot better.
I guess it encast nearly every OG game.
Yeah, I think Blitz and I did the rest of them.
I did like maybe 1 or 2 tops, I think. Yeah, very easy to kill the silencer there as a Weaver. So great net worths, you know, some fun. Honestly, he's like a mind control kind of player. Like he just does so well in his lanes, and he farms so efficiently that he has like more than the carries level farm consistently.
Yeah. And he's going to continue to hang out here because he picked up Hood as well as Vanguard, so really delaying his Blink Dagger, which will mean he just needs to chill on this lane. But his team seems pretty fine with that. Just the occasional impact of a Stampede, such as maybe right now might be needed. Chappie turning around. Will not be able to get the kill onto Hanskin thanks to the Centaur stun onto Chappie. The Haste Rune. Oh, to Crepify. They need to be able to kill the bug as well as bottle him up. It looks like Chappie will be able to survive as he gets into the Shrine. Meanwhile, though, Hanskin going to be run into by a wild Rhinoceros. Maposhka managed to take him down. Wind Ranger also dying there as I guess we walked away from that engagement here. Top lane, Frost did manage to run him down.
It's a little unfortunate Frost wasn't able to get the Sakuchi damage on the Pugna. Felt like he gave up a little there. He like walked a different direction, but that was all they needed. Just one little bit of damage to get the kill.
Oh, Jonas Vaughn. Good lord.
He lost half of his 3 armor. That's why. He just doesn't have any armor here. I mean, he's going to damage block half of these, but the ones that he doesn't damage block, he's still taking so much damage.
I can't believe they're trying so hard to do this.
Yeah, it's a good idea. It's just they need like a Winter's Curse or something, or a Cold Embrace to make this work well. Or like a Buckler, or full HP. Oh, he's got battle. Oh, he's got Empower too.
Yeah, so now they'll give it to Kumin, life drain him. Well, it clears through the stack. That's smart.
I wonder who stacked it though. Probably Dire Side, right?
Yes, they definitely stacked it for him because they got a Magnus and everything.
Oh, they just killed the Weaver top. Magnus RP.
Yeah.
You know, in the Observer's defense, I did get to see Anti-Mage stack that ancient camp in a very cool way, which was move slightly to the north, and then it just reappeared. It was cool. Text. Read it. If you can. Yeah, something pleasing about an anti-mage mana break set.
Oh, nice shackle shot. Hanskin, Stampede. Can get him out, but he's actually going to turn and fight Maposhka. So slowed down at this point in time between the Stampede and everything else, but he commits to his own death. Seiyu does manage to kill him, now trying to get out with the Wind Run as well as the Decrepify. The bug is still on him, though, so Frost really wants to pursue. That shackle shot did not latch, and now Seiyu has no defense against this double shot Geminate attack from the Frost. Looking for more still. But Kumin has stacks for days to be able to play off. Look at this gigantic ancient stack.
Who has done this? Probably like Silencer or something?
Yeah, I guess so.
Like
we haven't seen much of
Curse
Silencer.
stacks. Ooh, he might die actually.
Chappie dies to Chessie, and Frost, well, burned out of his mana. This is definitely Final Tribe that put a lot into trying to contest this ancient stacks. Jonas getting so low earlier in the bottom one. Now they take most of this top one as well. Really well played by Final Tribe, recognizing this threat.
Yeah, just making stuff happen here. Sometimes it feels not the best to take stacks, in my opinion, because it takes a lot of time, but they have good heroes for it. And they've also just turned this into Necros to take Ancients and then also pressure the tier 1.
Yeah.
Maps being opened up.
Oh, no, he got it. Pull back, go back. All right, he pulled back Chessie, but it wasn't enough, and Kumin actually came in and tried to blow him up with his ultimate, but now he's stuck without his blink, and now Yodosavan's going to be able to get the Stampede onto him. Or a hoof stomp, rather. Chappie trying to finish him off with Life Drain, but again, the Stampede prevents Chappie from being able to do enough. Good shackle shot from Seiyu. Will be able to allow Chappie to get back, get some more blast damage on the two of them.
Cap, who okays the team fight when one team's hitting a tier 1 and the enemy team's all alive? Or a replay, I mean. That was bizarre.
I don't know.
That was very bizarre.
Why did they cancel it the moment that a skewer came?
They happen at the same time. I mean, there's like probably like a 2-second lag time to start a replay. It happens.
No stop. Seiyu's dead.
You know, something I've really noticed this game is like Sakuchi's so good for gap closing, Stampede's so good for gap closing, but it's been really hard this game against like Pugna and Windrun and Skewer and Anti-Mage Blink. Like all these mobility advantages they have just seem negated in a lot of cases.
Yeah. Especially this Pugna Life Drain.
Yeah.
Like, he has brought heroes down to like 100 HP like 4 or 5 times now.
Yeah. I mean, that's Pugna, right? If he has a Veil, it's way more. I'm surprised they still have their safe lane tier 1. That's also really significant.
Yeah. Against a Pugna team, he was only able to take the mid-tier 1 tower, but hasn't managed to make those kind of offensive rotations.
Mm-hmm. Interestingly, the treads on Venge actually. So it goes trends over Tranquils this game, but maybe you want more mana. Not sure.
This is an easy way to do Roshan. You've got a lot of stuff, and you've got a bubble to protect that stuff.
Does it protect creeps as well as heroes? I know the attack speed is only for heroes, but not sure if it applies evasion to heroes or creeps or not.
I actually don't know. I think
yeah,
no,
heroes
it's definitely
and buildings.
creeps.
No, it says allied heroes and buildings.
Oh.
So must not be creeps.
I was like, because it applies to buildings, it must have applied to all allies. But yeah, that's weird.
Huh. All right. Still very good net worth advantage for the final tribe. That's Jonas and Fawn in the front by quite a bit. 1,000 gold. But
Crimson
still
Guard, a Blink,
close.
soon a Pipe. The boy's a beast, and I have a hard time seeing how Empire is going to kill him. Look at him just charging around.
What if they drain all of his mana and then mana void him?
He doesn't even have that much mana.
That's true.
It's a 543 mana void.
Yeah, he's building pipe next. So even like, I think something like a medallion and a physical damage focus. Right, that's what I do. If I could do anything.
Going to the high ground nice and early with the Necronomicon builds from an Arc Warden. Jump into the back line, manage to catch Chappie with the hoof stomp. They're going to use the global sounds to try and make sure he gets out, but slowed down by the flux. No, Maiden's right next to him. They're going to go and skewer him back. What about the fountain, Purge? What about that? That's enough. Maybe it's not enough to kill Jonas and Fawn. They're going to need a little bit more damage.
He's like, let's put a little double edge here, keep him in the fountain like a second longer. Oh, they're actually not killing these barracks that rapidly.
Can they actually stop this one? The melee Rax is almost dead here. The melee Necronomicon warriors will be able to do it.
Okay. All right, looking a little scary. If they lose 2 heroes, this
Skewer
could be really
back
bad.
on Jesse. That was a big pickup from Maposhka and might even still be able to get away. They've got the silence on a Frost, so he doesn't pursue that easily. Meanwhile, the rest of the team with a beautiful shackle shot from Seiyu catches both Hanskin as well as Era. Turns around, kills the Pugna. Pugga, why'd you have to go so far?
It's a big turn.
He could have let his team take those kills. He
Good
didn't
for
have to
Era.
be there.
Level 12 now on him. He's got the magic resistance talent, picked up a drum. He's leveling quite well. So yeah, the fountain, definitely a good centaur solution. As tanky as he is, there's not many that can deal with that one. But I mean, they still get the Rax in 19 minutes. That's super, super early. Necro 3 is finished for Arc Warden, and it's not like his game is done here, you know? It's like he can still buy so many more items that are going to help him take buildings. I didn't notice yet, they actually haven't taken tier 2s either for the mid and the off lane. Which kind of makes sense, right? I think top lane is easier to siege than the bot one. There's like more escape paths, basically. Whereas the bot one is, you're like hard committed. There's a shrine like right behind you, kind of.
Yeah. And I in general, I just like the pace that they took to this game.
Yeah.
That's the Necrobook strat for you. I mean, they just have no like really good wave clear. that can deal with like
on Empire
that much, right? You can blast
Yeah.
and power shot. But it still won't be enough to be able to kill the.
Yeah. They could
Necronomicon.
global silence with Empower Battle Fury right click. Oh, he didn't go Battle Fury actually. It's just it's too much mana, I guess. Going in.
Centaur tries to stomp. Actually, does hit the stomp on him. Maposhka trying to deal with the Pugna ward right now. Maposhka needs some help. He's going to skewer Jonas Amblon back behind the tier 2, but he's immediately going to pop a Stampede. He runs over Chappie, but a good shackle shot latches onto Chessie. They manage to catch the real one as well in the back lines with a skewer in. They might just be able to blow everyone up with a big mana void. They do have the Aegis. Weaver's going to be coming back soon. Can they kill him a second time? Yule Scepter to stop him. Shikuchi underneath that tier 2 tower, and now he's shackle shotted as well. Empire, huge pickup there. Double kill for Kumin. What an RP.
It looks like such a good fight for Final Tribe as well. Like they send the Centaur back. He's skewered in the middle of nowhere. He gets his ultimate off, but it's like he's getting some slows. Everything's fine. But all of a sudden, just always focusing on the Arc Ward and changes everything there. How did they disable him though? Was it a shackle? Yeah, they shackled them together.
Onto the Tempest double and the real one.
That's just Wind Ranger just owning this game.
Yeah.
Seiyu, and that's consistently been happening. He did rush a Blink Dagger this game. Is all he cares about, and it's absolutely making a huge difference. Because if they just shackle him and Anti-Mage blinks on top of him, it's essentially like Anti-Mage having an Abyssal Blade. Instantly kill that guy. That's their main damage hero. It's the one that's vulnerable. Oh, he went from the back too. That was kind of a crazy shackle, I dare say.
That was super long, and that sets up this big RP with a mana void.
That's awesome.
Empire certainly kind of back in this game. They're still a lane of racks down by, it's only 23 minutes in. But Anti-Mage is accelerating pretty fast now.
Picking up his Basher. Okay. Yeah, he's going to need a lot of mana this game without having Battle Fury. But I guess Aquila covers some of that. Return strength damage for Centaur this game. Kind of interesting.
Is he going to go the...
He probably should get it. I mean, if there's an enemy Wind Ranger and you get the aura, that means anybody near Centaur is going to be killing you with Focus Fire.
Yeah.
And there's other right clickers too. I mean, return damage against even like a Anti-Mage Illusion is probably not terrible.
And you can't really right click Wind Ranger that much. You can't right click these Decrepify targets as well.
Yeah, that's true.
So there's both incentive to go the aura as well as not the damage.
Yeah, that makes sense. Shadow
I would say one other thing is I feel more comfortable going the return when I am farther ahead, if that makes sense.
Yeah,
because
it's standard.
I'm going to get more strength, right? If I'm farther ahead, I'm going to get more strength items. I'm going to have more levels for those strength items, or for the...
Yeah. I thought you were going to say something like, if I'm ahead, I have more HP, so I feel more comfortable buying more damage, kind of a thing. It's the thing that makes Dota beautiful, basically, with item choice decision making. So Anti-Mage taking a tier 2. Basically, map's pretty much opened up for Empire now. So they are down 1 Rax, which is certainly the goal of Final Tribe, but losing that last fight like they did has kind of changed things a lot. Anti-Mage is getting into dangerous territory. Not like ultra dangerous, but definitely dangerous. And they need to take another tier 2, and they need to get a pick-off or a Roche, and they need to take a second set of racks. Once they do that, I'm going to feel comfortable for them, but it's still danger territory. They should just feel like moderately pleased right now. That's my viewpoint.
Butterfly third item?
It just feels like he always has power. Maposhka, man. It's like one of those like support to offlane things. Like where he's like, you have that on the mind, like helping the team in the efficient way instead of necessarily being greedy.
Bounty runs 2 for 2.
That's a pretty big gold jump in the last few minutes, though.
Yeah.
Seems like they're farming better on Final Tribe by far. It's like 4 heroes farming at all times. So definitely one of the nice things about Chen, I guess.
Maposhka.
Waiting for his chance to strike here in the bottom lane. He gets a call, but it's a Centaur. Probably not the hero they wanted.
I want a freebie, but I can't tell who's drawing there. But maybe we're crossing the map to where they're going to be and trying to kill them, perhaps. But
Yeah, they got to start setting up for controlling the Roshan pit, which, speaking of, Roshan's already dead. Wow.
I mean, the teamfight items from Final Tribe are going to be so good as the game goes on. Between Centaur Ags, Venge Ags. It's like, like Venge especially, not typically a team fight strong hero outside of Swap, but having both Swap and the ability to die and come back and swap more just feels so strong. Especially if they do something like, oh, some guy gets RP'd, AM goes in, swap AM out or something. Could be really big.
A big Abyssal Blade hit will take away the Aegis immediately. Can he get the bash? Can he get the shackle shot? Can they get anything out of Frost? Doesn't look like it. They do manage to find a sentry, but no bash still. Frost, shackle shot, there it is. They try and go for the sent back. Frost may still die. A big RP actually catches two of them, skewer back into the tower. Era, Hanskin, as well as Jonas upon all underneath this tier 2 without their Weaver, who time-lapsed, I think, back into this fight. Had his Lincoln's broken. Looks like they're still trying to catch the Centaur here. The Centaur got shackle shotted up, and now Kuman, he drops dangerously low thanks to the return, but is still able to get the kill and blink himself away. Meanwhile, Chappie's in deep here with the Aeon Disc, keeping him alive. Another skewer back. A two-man skewer catches the Era as well as Chessie. Is that the real one? That's the real one. They can try and chase him down, but still, Frost doing too much damage. They're running out of damage now as they manage to kill the Pugna as well as Seiyu. Frost will be able to catch up with him thanks to the Shikuchi.
So I think what happened was he ran north of the tier 2. He used time-lapse, which pulled him back to the front of the tower. He thought that they would overcommit that way. Then they got a shackle. But luckily with the magnetic field there, it kept him alive once the AM ulti had already been used to kill him the first time. And that way the Aegis was actually really beneficial that game. But I feel like we're certainly seeing the damage lacking of Arc Warden this game, in the sense that he's kind of like a siege hero, he's a nuke hero, and he gets 2 Necro 3s, but like we're not seeing people get blown up instantly. We're not seeing the same utility that we normally do out of the hero, and it's lacking in some of these fights. But they do get the tier 2 though, so that's 2 lanes that they can split push all the way up to a Rax threat.
Scythe is going to be his next item choice, which may mean, I mean, you probably still want the Battle Fury on, Butterfly on Animage, but
yeah, for sure.
Maybe he considers Aghanim Scepter after that or something.
That could be a good solution.
I think BKB is better. Because think of how many disables there's going to be, right? It's double Scythe of Ice.
Centaur's literally dying. You can literally hear him.
Yeah, he got mana voided. He did.
I'm not convinced that the Observer is even at his table right now. He just got back.
Went to get a coffee break real quick.
Magnus pretty farmed at this point. Shadow Blade's not bad. He's approaching Pugna's level. Just always playing around as anti-mage.
A smoke, and they're going to run to that tier 2, which Final Tribe is kind of setting up in that area, but they don't have their Centaur yet. And without that Stampede, I don't think they feel comfortable taking a fight, but one may be forced onto them. As they're going to spot out Era, are going to be able to surround him pretty quickly. Hanskin, he's already reeled himself thanks to that mech, but they're just going to continue to go for Era here. The shackle shot, good, send back.
Who has the Yules on Empire side? Must be Pugna, right?
Yes, Pugna got one pretty early, I think in part because he wanted to grab people when they stampeded.
Gotcha. I assumed it was Wind Rangers for some reason, so no, goes 4 staff afterwards. Completely reasonable. I think Wind Ranger's still solid support. I guess he's a little reliant on just Disable right now. He hasn't snowballed this game. He's probably not going to snowball this game because it hasn't been like a normal laning stage. It's been all about like death push kind of. But maybe he could split push a little more. But like I could see him split pushing out the off lane right now, for example. Maybe that's a good idea.
Oh, Scotty set a Butterfly
On the AM?
on the AM, so kind of like a tankiness, and then the Aghanim's complete for the Centaur.
I like that actually. I mean, Butterfly's great. The evasion is really solid, but between like minus armor and limited burst, increasing his HP and his armor by a little bit is better than just his armor and his evasion, because there are still going to be nukes thrown at him.
Yeah.
Spell Shield's looking very appealing in this game, though, I must say. Weaver's got Maelstrom and MKB, both magic damage items. Like, that's a hard choice actually for Weaver. It's like, do you buy Monkey King Bar so you can reliably hit the anti-mage? Or do you just buy damage items so when you do hit the anti-mage, the item you just bought actually does damage? I guess it still does damage. It's plus 52. But it's a 75 damage magic component. It's probably still fine buying, I guess. Nothing weird so far build-wise. Scotty's such a good idea, though. Oh, also, it's still agility, so it's still good for Empower, too.
True.
That was such a good,
it's
such a
base stat.
good change.
We just all sitting behind Kumin. He just keeps on pushing forward. Backs out now. How long until Roshan? 2 minutes.
Okay.
So that will probably be where our sort of game-defining clash is going to come from.
It does feel like that, where like one big fight either way is a game over for either team.
Yeah.
Where it's like Final Tribe loses a fight, they're gonna get 2 racks probably. Have trouble pushing out the map. Whereas if Empire gets loses the fight, it's gonna be at least 1 racks, probably 1 racks.
Yeah.
And then it's gonna be really hard to win from there. He goes BKB immediately afterwards. This guy's actually picking up items so fast, dude.
Magnus, man. So you're saying you would go the 25 mana Void talent? Frost is dead.
It's that spell shield talent is actually ridiculous, survivability wise. But the math on it is actually insane. Is what I mean.
Free chance to go high ground here. As they set up with Maposhka on that Shadow Blade. Kumin with the double damage. Can hit the tower. Whoa, he's actually going to blink in. Goes and bashes up Chessie. And does take down the real one. Immediate buyback from Chessie now. The BKB activated by Kumin. He's going to use this double damage to finish off the tier 3 before they retreat.
So 10-second BKB to guarantee a kill. It's pretty worth it though. I mean, and they get a buyback out of the Arc Warden, and they still get the tier 3, which means that they can kill shrines. Considering they just need to limit their opponents on the map a little bit. Did he have Stampede at the start of that too? Did he like damage resist Stampede that? I'm not sure.
Yeah,
That could have made a difference. He might have.
I don't think so.
I mean, Arc Warden's not survivable. He's got 11 plus 2 armor right now.
Yeah.
And he's got 1,000 mana pool because of the Necro 3. That was actually maybe... Actually, I'm sorry. Necro doesn't give you int anymore. But apparently this guy's just got beastly int gain. I don't know. Would you go Mana Void? It's really good this game, I guess, because it helps him guarantee burst kills. But yeah, he has skilled it, by the way.
I am not an anti-mage player whatsoever.
Okay.
That is the polar opposite of the way I want to play Dota.
Yeah, I can relate to that.
So to sound smart, I'm going to say I would go with the Mana Void talent.
Okay.
Because he went
That's
with the
a good
Mana Void talent.
Yeah, there's really not that much. There's very little magic damage on the Radiant team, so it's
yeah.
outside of like the Maelstrom MKB kind of stuff, it's not. It wouldn't have been the right choice.
And what about the 600 damage double edge or 700 damage?
That's
rather.
true. That talent is actually really good. I love that talent.
Yeah, same. It always felt like Centaur needed more burst damage late game.
Yeah. And to be able to kill a creep way faster.
Ran into the Magnus, managed to get the Scythe of Ice on him. And they have plenty of disables to follow that one up. Now, you could see right now our Centaur is trying to stampede even deeper. Go up! He does manage to find Maiden. Now, Chappie's going to try and keep Maiden alive a little bit longer. Now, the jump in from Kumin. He managed to find the real Chessie. Go for a swap back. It actually hit Illusion instead of the real Chessie. So, Era was unable to save his ally here, and that's going to be a dieback. Kumin gets rid of the swarm that was on him and turns his attention onto the Chen creeps, now onto the Chen himself. Hanskin may be able to send some of his allies back, but can't save himself.
Man, the power of Scotty, it makes that kill so easy.
Nope. And Era's going to be found as well. Save. Catches him out. And even Kumin finding Yonisafon.
Oh my god.
Final Tribe get almost nobody out of that team fight in the end.
This Scotty pickup was so valuable there.
Yeah.
I was like a 2-hero cleanup, made easy.
And apparently this is not going to happen at Roshan.
You know, I really wish that center wouldn't be picked when we watch these games because the spectator's camera speed is definitely slower than a hero runs at max movement speed. It's very hard
like
for him
trying
to
to
keep
catch up.
He tried to guess the right hero by pressing the hotkeys. Apparently they have a rule where
to win rate.
he's
Why
like-
did you go to the bottom
he's like,
part of the map?
never click on the minimap. Maybe they have a rule, don't click on the minimap because sometimes we make it big and it looks stupid if you had a big mouse or something. I'm not sure. Yeah, he was trying to click on the right hero. Or he pressed a hero hotkey because you can press like 1 to 10.
Yeah.
And he picked Wind Ranger, but Wind Ranger was the hero that wasn't there. So, slightly not his fault or something, but speed your camera. Or click on the minimap. So they get Roche. Aegis now for the anti-mage. It's unfortunate for him because I'm sure he's got access to about 8 items if he so wants them.
Yeah, he's looking at Moonshard right now. Nice shackle shot, catching Honskin.
Was it though? We couldn't see. Maybe it was an easy shackle shot.
That's true. It's not like Chen is making any bad moves. Stampede swap. That one shot from the silencer doesn't look it's going to be enough.
Man, it would have been a really epic moment if we got to see the moment where the glaive actually hit him instead of just like utter terrified, unknowing.
The bubble. Get in that bubble, boy. Will be able to take down that Rax. And turns his attention to the tier 3 almost immediately. He's going to be Scythe biked up. Era is in place, but a nice RP actually catches Frost. Didn't catch Chessie, though. And Kuman is not helping him out because he's got to get rid of the swarm first, but he still dies. Do they have any kind of instant disable? No, they don't. In fact, Frost's got to be careful. He does manage to get a bash onto him, blows him up with a Mana Void. Jonas Vaughn on the right-hand side here is trying to catch the silencer, but without the Stampede, he doesn't have the movement speed to keep up.
They just can't deal with the anti-mage right now.
Yeah.
It takes a lot.
Without the physical damage to the Weaver, I don't know how they do it here.
And they've also
Oh,
got,
nice
great
stop.
catch.
Seiyu is going to get run over by the Stampede. He's going to go for Maiden as well. Does manage to catch him, slows him down, and right-clicks him. Pugna uses himself in order to dodge some of that last word damage coming out the silencer. Yodasafon tries to go for Chappie, but immediately is met by Kuman, who managed to burn out all of his mana. Swamp back there from Era, turns around, gets the stun out of Chappie. Mana Void in deep there on, blows up Hanskin. Doesn't go actually finish up Yodasafon yet. He was being sent back, but Kuman takes his time toying with Final Tribe. And that looks to be the end of the game, as Era will be the last man to fall on Final Tribe, and Empire will even up the series 1-1.
It just felt like one of those dirty anti-mage games.
Yeah.
I'm happy that it was only 38 minutes because the game definitely felt terrible going forward. But I did kind of like what the Final Tribe was doing. I guess I kind of agree that the Arc Warden barely added anything that they didn't already have. They already had a Chen. He basically had a double Necro 3, but he was also a vulnerability in the mid lane. It's like there's got to be some other. He also slowly killed the Pugna though and made sure Pugna didn't stomp the lanes. I don't know. Maybe there's some weaknesses. Maybe it was that he got blink skewered into the tower or into the base. That
I
they
mean,
shave off 3 kills. Maybe they win that game. But
conceivably, they could have ended the game if they didn't get caught in that tier 2 RP, right?
yeah,
The shackle shot into the RP, like that was such
that
a
went slow,
game-changing
yeah.
team fight. Like
true.
they were on the we have necro books, march down lanes, you know, like we're unstoppable sort of. They were in that mode, you know.
They were, yeah. And if they didn't die at the 19-minute mark when they got the Rex, they would have done the same thing. Back
Yeah.
up, walk mid, start pushing the tier 2. They wouldn't have stopped.
Sure.
But once they died, the whole game kind of resets. Seiyu, fantastic Wind Ranger. He was there at a lot of the crucial moments. Miposhka did fantastic as well. Basically, everybody played really well on Team Empire's side. I still thought that one shackle at the tier 2 bottom a little bit. I think he TP'd to the right of the tower in the trees.
Yeah.
And then from the trees, he just like walked around and like threw a shackle. Maybe, I don't know, maybe it was lucky, I'm not sure. But yeah, that was impactful. And Empire takes the win. So game 3 coming.
Indeed, couldn't say it better myself. So game 3 coming up after a break.